and gentlemen, welcome back to the Shadow and Sun Show, and welcome back to part one of a review that's going to take me a while to get through because I have some questions for the author, that being RPG Pundit, a man who I honestly did not know much about other than he was friends of friends, and so I just left it at that until something came along because I got tired of hearing about from DM James about a baptism of fire. You guys know I don't do historical fantasies. They hold no interest whatsoever for me. And I'd seen Pundit's video on critical hits, and we kind of had the same opinion. So I'm like, okay, cool. Probably, you know, a solid guy if the people I know like him. And then a couple weeks ago, actually probably more like a month and a half now, because it took me a while to get this book, I saw that Pundit was doing a review on Arduin, and as you guys know, Arduin's my thing. You know, I talk to George and Dave on a regular basis, doing whatever I can to keep Arduin alive, and helping it out, and you know, you guys all know that stuff. So I was watching his video, and he showed off some of the games that he's made, and mentioned this one, you know, a gonzo sci-fi fantasy role-playing game supplement. I actually thought it was a game, which wouldn't have stopped me from buying it, but I went into, you know, getting it hoping for things that don't exist in it. But that's fine, because I'm going to urge RPG Pundit to make a prequel to this, you know, something like Vagabonds of the World of the Last Sun, so we can get some player character races and classes and things like that, because reading this, I kind of get the impression that it was designed for something like 3rd, 4th, or 5th edition, because of some of the terminology he uses for the rules, the difficulty checks, the saving throws being reflex, fortitude, etc. Those all sound like they come from 3rd edition Pathfinder, etc. And as you guys know, I don't own anything from Paizo or WizKids when it comes to the written word, because I hate them with an absolute passion, because of what they've done, what they've said over the years that I've been on the internet, as a game reviewer and you know, internet guy, whatever. I don't know. But I started reading this as soon as I got it in the mail, because I had a busy day ahead of me, and I wanted to get as much reading done as possible. And I'm enjoying it, and so I'm going to take my time. You can see I'm only about 50 pages in. And a couple of things right off the bat, I would really, if Pundit could somehow send me a map of the world, or at least what is depicted in this book, because it would help me kind of visualize the world that I'm reading about, because it just sometimes it doesn't, you know, I can't get the picture of you know, where things stand in relation to one another. The things that I am understanding are very humorous, very funny, sometimes laugh out loud, kind of funny. I can't help but noticing or seeing why you and Venger get along. I love everything Venger does. I don't understand it all, but I do appreciate it. Same as Miguel and Sylvia. But I couldn't help noticing some jabs at things that I think need to be jabbed at. The furries. I thought the White Knights, WIGHT Knights comment was funny. The Grand Floating City of LOL, LOL, another. I thought that was really intriguing, as in funny. I hope it's going to be funnier than so far. The only thing I didn't like was the robot named God, or the artificial intelligence, but better. It's like, okay, what does it stand for? If you've got a good definition of what the acronym is, cool, but it sounds like you may be poking fun at all religions in general, which I get, but I don't prescribe to. Now, for those of you who don't know, this world is in the far, far future when the universe is dying, or at least our universe or our galaxy. And the last star has a Dyson sphere built around it, where elves and humans and dwarves and other things live and die, and sometimes don't die because they become undead. And I'll get more into that in just a minute. Okay, cool. It's supposed to be a sci-fi fantasy setting, very gonzo, very, very tongue-in-cheek. Clearly not taking anything too seriously, but that was one question I wanted to ask the pundit. Just how seriously should we not take this? I mean, because a lot of games I'm in and have played, etc., take themselves super seriously, and joking is almost looked at and frowned upon as breaking immersion, where to that I say you need to pull the stick out and live a little. But I'm wondering, did you grow up reading Lord of the Rings, Pundit? Because I kept feeling like that that's the kind of parody that this game is shooting for. I'm not 100% certain that this is not something like that, because of the many things and times that in just the 50 pages I've already laughed. Mostly I've read so far about the undead empire, which, we've all had our dark lords and our the zombie empire and our Mordors and places like that. But here we have a place that is filled with undead that are, even the skeletons and the zombies are in many cases intelligent and fully aware of what's going on, to the point that they've created almost like a if you guys have ever watched the original Omega Man with Charlton Heston and the new people that, the new vampires, or whatever you want to call them, the new species that was living and not, that was existing in the movie. I'm going to go with calling them vampires. How they were developing a regular society, a regular world where they had art and commerce and all the things that a regular society would have. They're just dead and eat people and now raise them as livestock, sometimes unbeknownst to themselves, sometimes in horrific fashions, with various little nations within the zombie empire. The way you did that was really I can't completely take it too serious, because it is really well done for ridiculousness. But if you think about it, it's like, why? I get it when you have the undead master of all these undead minions, and they don't care about them because they don't have thoughts anymore. They're just automatons, but these ones, they all have opinions and plots and schemes and desires, and working on a sculpture or a painting, or coming up with inventions and innovations and all the stuff that a regular society would, except that occasionally parts of themselves fall off due to decay. Good stuff, Pundit. I will continue reading it and continue reviewing it, but I would really appreciate it if when you get a hold of this video, you could answer a couple of those questions for me, so that when I go further, I'm not pondering and misconstruing things and taking things the wrong way. But I do think for a world setting, if you're looking for something lighter hearted and not too serious and not up its own ass, this is an interesting find for my collection. I do hope that it's not entirely based on one of the engines, games, whatever you want to call it. I hate that expression. But one of the rule sets that I'm not a big fan of, and what other game systems I could use to run this with the rules that you've laid down. Because I'm wanting to, if I was going to use this and run this, to use certain games, and maybe that's not quite how you envision it, or maybe it won't mesh with those kind of rules. So any of those suggestions you could help me out with would be appreciated, and help me understand this, because just going from the back, some of the things that I have yet to read about, detail of the world of the Last Sun, multiple regional campaign locations, easily add regions to your own world, weird fantasy races, which I haven't gotten to yet, except maybe the furries, high-tech fantasy equipment, rules for ordinary and magical drugs, rules for skyship combat. I'm really looking forward to reading that part. Random encounters and location tables. I don't need that. Random tables on weird character origins and encounters. Again, I'm sure that helps a lot of people out, but I've been doing this for 45 years. I can spit out random crap on my own, but otherwise so far, cool. Again, if you could find a way, maybe on Discord or something, to send me a map, greatly appreciated. But thanks for making me laugh this evening. I could use a laugh, especially when you're making fun of furries. So cheers, Pundit. I will be back probably next week with more of this review. I want to take my time. It's very rare that I get to read something that I enjoy this much, like the previous review I did of the Red Room's End of Innocence. I really enjoyed that and really took my time with it. But I've got another Red Room game, I think, arriving tomorrow or the next day, so I want to get into that one as well. But everybody else out there, if you're looking for something that isn't Hyperborea and that doesn't take itself too seriously and looks like a bit of fun, World of the Last Sun, give it a try. Even if you don't want to spend the money like I did on the hardcover, you can get the PDF, you can get the soft cover, I believe, all from drive-thru. And now that they're taking my money, I'll be getting more stuff like this in the future. Until then, folks, I will see you guys in about 45 minutes on Second Breakfast with the Morning Reprobates. Had a really fun show this morning. Love you guys. I will see you real soon. And as always, happy trails.